Hey gamers, today we're going to check out the vintage game, Ask Zandar. Let's check it out. Setup for the game is very simple. You open up the player board, deal a bunch of these discs out in the air circles imprinted on the board. You'll always have some extras, so there'll be some good replayability here. You'll turn Zandar on. Let me show you what Zandar looks like.
I don't think so.
Well, thank you, Zandar. He is a little wizard with a crystal ball. When you wave your hand over him, he's going to speak and give an answer. Basically, what you're going to start off with, you have 5 gems of your color. 4 of them are going to go into reserve, and you're only going to start with 1 available to play. You're also going to get an Ask Again card once per game. You can cash this in to ask Zandar a second time, see if he may change his mind. And then you get a yes or no token, and you get to guess what he is going to say. Is he going to say yes? Is he going to say no? So how the game works, you have a stack of cards here that will be shuffled. Each card will have 2 questions on it, and you're going to take it and ask one of the questions. So, will my family move next year to a new city, or will someone marry me for my money? This game is for girls. There's another one here that says, will I marry a younger man? But anyway, so you pick which one of these you want to ask, and then you cover up your answer secretly. Do you think he'll say yes or no? I think he's going to say no, so I'll cover it up. That's my guess. Now, if anyone else wants to guess on my turn, they can. They'll pick this up and they'll say, yeah, I want in on this. And so they'll cover their hands too. And I'll say, hey, well, Zandar, will my family move to a new city next year? Remember, I said no, but let's see what Zandar says.
Absolutely.
He says, absolutely. Well, I said no. Oh, man, I don't get to place my gem on the board and take one of these things. But if I'd have got it right, I'd have placed my gem anywhere on the board and taken this token and kept it face down. Wouldn't get to look at it. Now, if anyone guessed no with me, they would actually lose a gem in their possession. But if they had guessed right, they said yes, then they would gain a gem from the reserve into their hand. Why is that important? Because you have to have these gems on hand to be able to play them on the board. On your turn, you're just trying to get a gem, but on your turn, if you get it right, that's when you get to place a gem. Everyone else who's right, who's not your turn, they just get another gem from their reserve. So that's kind of how help keeps the game moving, where everyone can get their gems out and, have fun 50-50 guessing what Zandar will say. Now, remember, I could cash in my Ask Again card and have him ask again. And then, of course, each player would go around until one player has all their gems on the board and 5 of these little discs in their hand. Now, once that's done, they're going to not look at these. They're going to pick one of these randomly, and if they won the game, then there's a little click here that says Fortune. Let's see if I can get to Fortune here.
You win. I will now read your fortune.
Okay, so I'm going to wave this over, and he's going to tell my fortune.
Oh, you don't need to worry about this.
And that was something you had a fight about. Oh, I don't have to worry about it. Good, good. Thank you, Zandar. This is not good marriage advice. All right, anyway, so basically what you're doing is you're trying to get the things. Oh, by the way, Zandar may also say, hey, I don't know, why don't you ask a friend? And so then you have to ask a friend and say, you know what, I want to pick you. I think you said yes. And if they said yes, you got it. If they said no, then you don't get to place one on your turn. Every once in a while, he'll defer you to one of your friends because Zandar's a hoax. He's a fraud. He's a fake. Anyway, of course, that's how you play the game. Final thoughts. What do I think about the game? Look how big this game is. One of my biggest complaints with this game is that if the board could fold into quarters, this box would be half the size. And with a guy who needs space, that's a big complaint for me. It's a huge box, but really all the stuff is right here, and that board just stretches out to here. If they could have quartered it, then oh man, it would have been much better. But regardless of that, this is a fun little children's game. That's all it is. It's for girls mainly. There's a lot of questions that are center based around girls and women, which is fine. fine. I guess they said, you know what, you don't want your girls playing with a Ouija board. Well, then they can buy Ask Xander and Ask Xander instead of a Ouija board, because whereas this one's powered by batteries, not the devil. But all kidding put aside, it is strictly luck-based. You guess yes or no. It's 50-50 whether you're going to guess right or not. And by the way, Xander is not even. On the games we've played, sometimes a majority of the questions are yes, sometimes a majority of questions are no. It's really interesting. I do like the time where he says, ask one of your friends. And you have to pick one of your friends and see what they guessed. Did they say yes or no? Now, a fun thing, I am going to keep the game, and I do like the game for this reason. You can customize it to be your very own. Ask your own questions of Xander. And just have fun. Inside jokes, just stuff around to each other. Do you really hate me? Did you eat the last taco? Stuff like that. I don't know. But you can just ask questions at random and just wave your hand over it twice, and then he'll give you an answer. And that's just goofy fun. I don't like the word party game because I don't like party games, but this would make a really fun party game. And I'll be honest, if the moment arises, I would bring this out as a fun little, party game to play with my friends who don't play board games that much. I think they would really enjoy it. It's a novelty. Is it something you have to have? No. Is it something you'd like to have? Possibly. All right, folks, that's it for now. Until next time, game on. Oh, maybe I should ask Xander.